So after the longest wait, guys, the Switch 2 is finally here. Is it worth the hype, or is the system just a miss? I spent a lot of time with it from the whole midnight release up until now. I did not crank out a video right away because honestly, guys, it's probably really good for the algorithm to just get something out real quick. But I don't know about you guys, but when I buy something freaking new, man, and trust me, this thing is nice. When I buy something new, I'm a little jaded. I'll be honest, guys. I'm a little jaded. I'm hyped up. I just spent a lot of money. And, I wanted to give kind of just like a fair take on the thing and just let you guys know how I felt about it. I mean, it's been out for a while now. I've been able to test quite a bit of freaking games on it. I've been able to test old games, maybe just one new game, but it is what it is. This is going to be my Switch 2 review. I want to cover my thoughts on the console as a whole and let you know whether it's worth buying right now. Maybe you should just wait a bit, or if it's worth just skipping at this point. I mean, we'll talk about skipping later, man. I can never recommend to skip a Nintendo console, but yeah. So to give you guys just a little perspective on me, myself, I am a huge Nintendo fan. I mean, you could probably see, I don't know if it's zoomed in enough, but I've got freaking Zelda displays everywhere, man. I've gotten every Zelda game. It's my favorite freaking series of all time. It's like what honestly got me into gaming. And when it comes to Nintendo, I've really owned everything that they've ever dropped, now that I think about it. I think the Super Nintendo was basically like the first thing that I got when I was young, all the way to the Wii U that everyone seems to hate. I think the OG Nintendo Switch is an outstanding freaking console, man. I think what they did by fusing the whole handheld space, I think Nintendo dominated with that. And honestly just led their way to like innovation, like the Steam Deck and all these new portable systems. During the Nintendo Direct, though, my expectations weren't anything that crazy, man. I was not shocked, right? Besides like the $80 freaking games, but I mean, we'll talk about that later. I assume Nintendo is going to be upgrading the Switch, which honestly has felt freaking dated despite just like the bangers that just keep coming out. I mean, let's be real, guys. Tears of the Kingdom was just doing straight sorcery on the Switch. There was a little bit of performance issues there, but I mean, for what we got playing that game, I mean, it's insane. It was just running even on the Switch. I am just going to preface this whole thing by saying I don't regret this purchase at all, man. I think the Switch 2 is going to be the best and the only way to play Nintendo games. So it's going to do its thing, man. Nintendo is just like in this weird space where I don't believe they're really competition to Sony. I know fanboys like to go crazy. I mean, I'm probably going to get shit on by whatever freaks are in the comments right now about competition and all that shit. I don't really think it's a competition, man. If you're trying to play really good third-party games, odds are you're on a PC or you've got a freaking PS5 or an Xbox. But at the end of the day, you buy a Nintendo game for Nintendo games, right? I mean, that's what you buy the Switch for. You buy it to be able to play the new Mario, the new Animal Crossing, the new Zelda, the new Pokemon. It's the only way to freaking play them, man. The upgrades honestly felt great in your hands, but I mean, it really didn't blow me away. I mean, to just put it frank. I think the best description that I can come up for it with you guys is like, it's like buying a new graphics card. So if you're a PC gamer, and you probably understand right now, I mean, you basically buy this new graphics card, you're ready for this insane new experience, and it just is a boost, right? I mean, your gaming experience is just better, but it's nothing that crazy. First things first, though, I do want to get into the details of the console and just give you my thoughts on just all the changes and what's happened. And before I completely jump in, guys, last thing, I felt the same about the Xbox and the PS5. I thought the DualSense controller was the real game changer there. And I think consoles now as a whole have gone into more incremental upgrades versus these huge graphical upgrades that we're kind of like used to back in my day, man. I mean, I guess I'm unk status, but back in my freaking day, whatever when I was playing shit, it was insane to see the graphical upgrades. Like 360 was wild. So anyways, it's a little behind. I mean, the Switch was behind. I don't think this one catches it up completely, but considering it's a handheld, I mean, it kicks ass. It does what it needs to do. First thing, let's talk size. I think the Switch was not a bad size at all, but I mean, the Switch 2 is going to be bigger. I'm one of the weirdos that don't take their portable systems anywhere unless I'm traveling, so you're not going to see me with this outside the house unless I'm in an airport. I don't really mind that it got bigger. I think that's completely freaking fine. It's getting basically, I think, close to the Steam Deck in weight, but I don't think it's as heavy. It's also still really good to play, but I can't like really tell. I mean, my hands aren't huge, but I mean, the increase in the length of the system did make my hands hurt a bit. I need a little more time, I think, with it to fully confirm, guys, but it's something that I noticed. I don't know if it's just like how thin it is. It just didn't feel like super freaking comfortable for me. I mean, it's got less of a plastic toy feel, like, don't get me wrong, and it does feel a lot more premium. It's one of the first things you're going to notice when you get it. So I'm coming from a Nintendo Switch OLED Zelda edition, not to brag, but yeah, I mean, it's a 7-inch screen. This one is 7.9. You are going to notice that it's bigger. I think the Steam Deck is like 7.4 if I remember correct, so that gives you kind of like a good comparison. And I mean, the bummer here, guys, I'm just going to get out the way off rip. It's not an OLED screen. It's just another way to freaking squeeze us again. I'm hearing there's some conflicting things, though, about 1080p and OLED, so it might really just be more of a technical limitation thanks to the battery, which, I mean, I'll talk about the whole battery thing later. But anyways, I upgraded my original Switch to the Zelda OLED, and I hate it, man. I just got freaking spoiled. You've got a nicer kickstand, by the way, so I'll prop this thing up for you guys to check it out. I mean, this kickstand's freaking premium. I'll zoom in just like another angle. It feels a lot more durable, even though it looks real thin like this. So, I mean, propping up your console and playing, like, what if you're at, I don't know, wherever the hell you are, you can't use the TV. It's there. It's a good thing to do. I mean, the really cool thing, by the way, and I mean, I sound like such a freaking nerd, but having another USB-C at the top is so dope, man. I don't know how many times this has like come in clutch for me. So they did add that. So you've got a couple spots here, one at the bottom, one at the top. Just a lot easier to charge and play, in my opinion. I also think that the buttons do feel a lot better. The joysticks, unfortunately, I don't know what it is, man. Nintendo just hasn't learned their lesson with the whole fiasco that happened with just like stick drift. So they're not Hall effect. There is a drift possibility. I'm hearing some people already have drift like outside the box, but Nintendo is going to be repairing them. So that is a plus there. And for me personally, I don't have anything on my end, but we will see in the future because I am worried about that. I've had terrible luck with stick drift when it came to the OG Switch and when it came to the Xbox Elite controller, $300 freaking waste of money handheld, whatever. Fuck that thing. Anyways, so speakers are also a lot louder too now. I think the screen is nice and bright. 1080p screen this time, so it is an awesome resolution versus the old 720p that's on the OLED. With the battery life, at first, man, I feel like my Switch lost quite a bit of battery. It's not like crazy or anything, but I do feel like I lost like 20% really freaking fast, man. I played a little bit of Mario Kart on the couch. I went from like 100 all the way down to like 79, 78 within just like a little bit of playtime. Like I said, I'm always at home, man. It's like I'm really playing these on the couch. I'm playing them in bed. I've got an outlet right there. I haven't, gone into like drastic, oh my God, I need to charge this thing and been annoyed yet. So I do think that the battery life is worse. I don't think it's that freaking serious, man. I think it's where we're going, dude. It really is. I have a lot of handhelds. I've played a lot of handhelds. And if you want more power, if you want better devices, batteries just don't keep up right now. It's a pain in the ass. So unless you're like near a plug all the time, if you're someone that plays this outside, I mean, it could be like a deal breaker for you. But, for me personally, it's fine. It's nothing that I'm crazy about. I do feel like they might have skimped out a bit. But like I said, they were able to keep this around like a $500 price. I think it's like $450 or whatever, and if you get Mario Kart, you get it for $500. That's what I did personally because I'm not paying $80 for it. Price could be a big deal here. So maybe that's why they kind of just kept that battery a little lower. And there is also a bug, but they're saying that the battery is pretty inaccurate. And I mean, let's be real, man. This is what happens when you just early adopt, right? You're signing up for all the freaking bugs. So either way, in summary, bigger battery, higher specs, more demanding games. It's going to last less than your OG Switch or your OLED, just to get that clear. Joy-Cons are going to be the next thing that I want to cover. I want to cover all the changes here. So first off, guys, I love the freaking magnets that they added to this thing, man. I don't know what it is about like the OG ones with the tracks, but I always used to just like mess them freaking up, man. I always used to just fuck them up. I'd attach them upside down, have to freaking drag them back out. And I mean, those little track extension things that they give you, man, I don't know what they are, but yeah, just being able to hold this button back here, like I said, I'll zoom in on another like angle for you guys and pop and then just boom, snap. Man, it's such a satisfying sound. I sound like a freaking freak here, but I mean, it's easy to do. I can never imagine going back to the whole slide system. This magnet thing is a game changer. I also think that they are a little heavier. They're a little bit bigger. And I think they're more comfortable, to be honest. Like when I was playing Mario Kart with the fam, I have, piece of shit little wired controllers that I got. I haven't really like invested in a good wireless controller, the Pro controller yet, but I wasn't hating this. I mean, again, it's not the best way to freaking play with this to the side and play Mario Kart, but it's not the worst right now with this. I think it's an improvement on the OG Switch. So let's get it clear. Like I said, they're not Hall effect. Let's see how that goes down. It does suck, but I mean, it is what it is. So they are very familiar, guys, but they also feel like an upgrade, if that makes sense. So there is that new terrible upgrade here that they've given us called a chat button. And I mean, I freaking hate it, man. I truly hate this thing. You have to basically be subscribed to Nintendo Online to have like any use for this button. It's so weird that they like gate kept an entire button with a paywall. But I mean, it's not for me. I'm not going to be zooming anybody on here. I'm not really interested in the whole multiplayer thing, man. I play multiplayer games like online on my PC or on my PlayStation. Nintendo for me is old school gaming, man. It's split screen gaming. My wife is competitive as hell at Mario Kart and fucking surprisingly really good at it, man. She's been giving me a run for my money playing that game. So that's what I like these systems for, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people like that too. On top of that, they have given you that old controller adapter, so if you're not buying like the Pro controller, you could just slide these in or snap these in, right? Honestly, man, it's terrible. I didn't like the OG one. I didn't think the OG one was that comfortable. They kept the same style here, and I don't know what it is, but it just feels worse, man. It's a lot more uncomfortable. I really hate it. I'd rather, at this point, I think just buy like a Pro controller or buy myself like, one of those like 8-bit do whatever. I don't even know how to freaking say it, but I saw them on Amazon. They look awesome, and they're Hall effect. So it sucks that this thing hasn't been updated because they're kind of just like not forcing you to get a new controller, but it just feels like, you have to. Another cool update when it comes to the Joy-Cons is being able to use these things as a freaking mouse, man. So you're able to just set them down like this and just drag around and aim. It works in Civilization and games like freaking Cyberpunk. I'm going to be honest with you guys, man. It's something that I barely used because at the end of the day, I'm waiting for Metroid to be able to really test that thing out. I really didn't want to go back and buy Cyberpunk again to do that. And coming from, again, PC gaming and a real mouse, the function's cool. It's cool to have. I don't like the hand placement, man. I don't like the like claw you have to do to use it. I mean, we are coming from like ergonomic mice and whatever. So I think the coolest thing here is that it does increase what games you can play on the Switch. But again, the coolest thing about the Switch is the option, right? You're able to use a normal controller, a Joy-Con, Joy-Cons to the side, motion controls, and now the mouse control. Another change that you're going to notice right away too is the dock. It's heavier now. It's supporting that whole 4K signal. And we have finally stepped into the freaking 4K Nintendo game era, man. I am freaking excited. So another plus for the Switch 2. No more 1080p when it's docked. My OLED TV doesn't look like shit anymore. You've got HDR there, so this is just a win for people that play this thing docked, man. The entire system itself, by the way, feels so much smoother. It's so much snappier. And I get that it's not a flex nowadays, man, especially because like Nintendo was so behind. But the Switch was really showing its age, man. I mean, when you go into the freaking eShop, you regret every damn second you even bothered, right? It is so tedious. It's terrible. And it's freaking smooth on this. Like I said, it's not a huge flex, but it is something I want to point out. Mine is actually going to be plugged in through Ethernet. I've got really good download speeds. I was able to swap my saves from my OG Switch to this one because I didn't make the insane mistake of selling it or doing anything stupid like that and losing all my progress in games that don't have cloud saves like Animal Crossing and Pokemon. So heads up, I don't know why the developers of those games hate us, but yeah, man, you need to either enable Animal Crossing cloud saves before you buy this thing if you're planning on selling yours or trading it in. Pokemon, I don't think has cloud saves, so you're going to have to actually have your Switch with you and transfer it over. It's easy. It's nothing crazy. I hate that we have to do a freaking seance to like get these saves over in the days of cloud. But I don't know, man. The developers of those games just hate us. I will never forgive them for losing 300 hours on Animal Crossing during COVID when I got this OLED Switch. Rest in peace, man. I can never just go back to that game. I've tried so many times. So again, performance doesn't feel like a huge flex, right? I mean, it's getting us caught up. It's getting us up to date. If you're a Nintendo console main, right? If you're just someone that only played on the Switch, didn't care for anything else, this is going to feel like a freaking upgrade, man. You honestly have like leveled up right now. But if you're coming from like a PS5, right, or a Xbox Series X, it's just going to feel like a nice difference. But again, it's not going to be that dramatic. You're going to maybe just think it's about time. And that leads me to what I think is the most important part of this whole thing. And it is the games, man. It's really, if you ask me, the most deciding factor, especially for early adopters. Me personally, I bought one because I have horrible luck later because things nowadays are all hyped. It gets scalped. Man, I don't care if you like a water bottle. I don't care if you're into shoes. At the end of the day, anything that's hyped is being sold from freaking resellers. Pieces of shit. We should make it illegal. I despise it. So anyways, I was able to get lucky. I was able to get one. Not sure what happened. I think Nintendo honestly made a lot of them. So props to them for that. And I mean, I wanted to play Mario Kart. I wanted to play Metroid. I wanted to play Pokemon at full power, man. I wanted to see everything they had here. Unfortunately, though, the launch lineup doesn't really have a big seller for me, man. Nothing on there when it comes to Zelda. Mario, I mean, you've got Mario Kart. I think it's more of like a party game to me. I'm not a big Mario Kart person. It's fun with the fam, right? It's fun playing a couple matches online. But again, I'm not a big racing game guy either. So don't get me wrong. It's fun. It's just not that serious for me. Other than that, you're going to be basically playing old games. So if you're someone that's always playing their Switch, you're immediately going to benefit from the freaking Switch 2, man. Tears of the Kingdom's going to run better. There's a note expansion thing for $10, unless you already have Nintendo Online with the expansion pack. So you're able to just get that for free. Pokemon Violet actually runs decently this time because it was just a piece of shit on the freaking Switch. Everything that you play is going to be seeing an increase when it comes to at least performance because it's a better system. And if you're like me, though, you've beat most of these Switch games, right? And besides just a little bit of Animal Crossing here and there, you're really just waiting for the next big launch, like a new Mario or a new Zelda. Mario Kart isn't really it for me right now, man, unless you're like a super fan. I was able to like do all the cups and beat the whole game. And honestly, I almost have all the carts and all kind of the outfits pretty fast, like within like 4 days. So I will say the launch lineup, if you ask me, it's a little sad, man. I think it's mainly games that I've already played on more powerful systems like my PC and PS5. But again, if you're like a Switch main, I'm glad you get to finally enjoy a fixed Cyberpunk. You don't have to deal with the mess that we had back in its day. Enjoy it, but the DLC is amazing. If you've got other systems, man, I wouldn't really rush out, in my opinion, to get one unless you're just a diehard Mario Kart fan. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great upgrade. It's a welcome upgrade. It's simply an improvement on the Switch that we've all just been asking for. But this isn't a new console with like a new gimmick. I mean, it is a sequel, right? It's got 2 in it. It's improving on the OG Switch that honestly, man, is a hit. We all love it. It's an amazing system. And I think it's definitely going to succeed. I don't think this is like a Wii U gimmick, which weird enough, if you think about it, that did lead to the Switch, right? That whole concept. But I mean, there's no doom and gloom for me here, man. Like, don't get me wrong. People are trying to shit on this thing for likes, and they're trying to say that like Nintendo scammed everyone. I think this is a system that you should buy eventually, especially if you're into Nintendo games. If you've never had a Switch, this is the freaking one to get. Just buy this one, man. Just get on top of the game. And honestly, man, I am jealous because you have an amazing backlog to get through. But if you already got a Switch, you've played most of the games, and you've even played like third-party games like Elden Ring, Cyberpunk, Civilization even on PC or PS5, it's not going to feel like this is really worth it unless you're like a Mario Kart super fan, to be honest. So that wraps up my Switch 2 review. If you made it this far, man, I really hope that this helped you guys out. If you got a Switch 2, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe for some more gaming content. I appreciate you guys for all stopping by, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks.